Hey guys, Ancient here, and today, rather than just doing a commentary with maybe one of my friends or whatever, I'm going to talk to you about a story that actually happened not too long ago. I think it was earlier this day. It was a very interesting story, very hard to believe. I was confused the entire time, but we got some nuclear throwing going on in the background. I got pretty close to Big Dog twice, but me being really bad at this game, of course I died in a very stupid way, one of which I'm very proud of, that I was that stupid. But on to the story. Now, every city has a deli. You're not gonna go to a city that doesn't have a nice place to buy meat or whatever, and I have a one near my house that I like to go to. I like to bike there every few days and get myself a Cuban sandwich, and I'm very happy that they serve these. It's one of my favorite sandwiches, and I'll probably keep eating those till the day I die. But on this day, the funniest thing happened, something very hard to believe. I bike there, I get my usual Cuban sandwich, I'm like, hello, I would like my Cuban sandwich, I pay, I tip, I sit down, and after I get about a quarter of the way done with my sandwich, a guy walks in, really weird-looking guy. His face is sort of mangled in a way. He has a lot of pockmarks, deep ones, too. And he comes in there, like, really high and mighty, and this guy says that his name is Lil Jim Jam. I'm confused, alright? I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is probably his street name or something, I don't know. But this guy walks up to the register. Register guy says, how can I help you? This man says, I would like to order a jam sandwich. And of course, I'm sort of confused. I'm wondering how the register guy is going to print this out on a receipt. A jam sandwich, is just like 2 slices of bread with jam? And before the guy puts it into the register, he asks, do you have a son or a daughter or something that is coming along? The man says, of course not. He acts like offended that he would even say something like that. Okay, the guy says, alright, okay, I'll get you your sandwich. And of course, I'm not surprised. This guy thinks, okay, it's a peanut butter jelly sandwich, so that's what he gets the guys in the deli to order, or to make, rather. And so they come out with this sandwich. It's a nice looking sandwich. It's certainly one that I wouldn't mind eating one day. But the guy who ordered this, Lil Jim Jam, just starts freaking out, offended, like disgusted. You bring me this filth? And he says, like out loud, so everybody in the deli can hear him, this is not what I ordered. I ordered a jam sandwich, sir. You have failed me. Like, you have failed me as a person, and I'm just confused, like, whoa, man, it's not that big a deal. He can just remake it. And of course, the guy at the counter says the same thing. Alright, man, don't worry. I'll remake the thing. Don't worry about it. I will remake this sandwich for you. So, a few minutes later, he comes out with a jam sandwich. And then, Lil Jim Jam almost acts confused. Like, he's very confused as to what's happening right now. Lil Jim Jam says, why are you giving this to me? Wait, why are you giving this to me? And of course, the guy at the counter is confused too. You ordered it. Lil Jim Jam just straight up says, I didn't order this. What are you talking about? I never ordered a sandwich. This guy is, like, schizophrenic, or has dementia, or, like, I don't know, he has something. And this guy is just fidgeting. He says that he wants a peanut butter sandwich now. Alright, okay, this is starting to get weird. Oh, wow, look at that death. Isn't that amazing? Ah, Jesus. Anyway, so, I'm starting to get really confused. I'm thinking, okay, this is, like, a play or something. Or maybe, like, some sort of flash, like, improv sort of thing, and maybe the guys at the counter were aware of this. And no, this guy is legitimately confused. Where is my peanut butter sandwich? And so he comes out with it. This guy is pissed off at the counter. He's asking for more money now. He's like, okay, I want the pay for this. And then the owner comes in. Like, the owner, they have a delivery service at this deli, right? And the owner comes in after making a delivery. And he just sighs and says, Jim Jam, you need to leave. And so now I'm really feeling like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone. I'm thinking, okay, no, this is staged, there's no way. This guy is legit, like, the deli owner is trying to, like, pull out his phone, and Lil Jim Jam just starts fucking, like, what's a good way to say it? He just sort of skips out of the deli, like, some sort of fairy or something, and that's the end of the story. I mean, definitely really funny, definitely hard to believe, but I'm very glad it happened to me, because then I would not be able to tell you the chronicles of Lil Jim Jam and the perfect sandwich. Let's see here, I got quite some time left, so I think I'll tell maybe one or two more stories. I got one about a couple of friends of mine during the lunch period. Now, I am a freshman in high school, and I love the school that I go to because a lot of the teachers are really funny. They aren't afraid to say anything, which is really nice that you have teachers that are so down to earth like that. And apparently, a friend of mine was being rather loud, and of course, I wasn't paying attention because I was eating my lunch off in another place because another friend of mine had showed up that doesn't usually show up during that lunch period, but... So I'm sitting with her, and then apparently, as I was not paying attention, a teacher comes up to these students. And apparently he had come out of his class period to teach these students something. He was going to give them a piece of their mind because they were being so rowdy. And he just starts saying so much. He's retiring next year, so he doesn't really care. But he just starts talking a lot of shit, and it's really, really funny that my friends are telling me this. I'm very surprised that I missed this. Apparently he's like, you kids need to shut the hell up, alright? I am teaching a class up in that room. Do you have any respect for the activities that go on? You are rowdy, you're noisy, I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't stop talking, alright? It starts like, I'm thinking this guy sounds like a mobster. Hey, I'm gonna teach you something. You do this again, I'm gonna break your fucking legs, alright? But no, it's not like that. He just goes back into the class period. My friends are struggling to not laugh. And that's the end of that escapade. I didn't notice anything at all. I'm just completely oblivious to this entire thing. And yet this still goes on. Well, let's see here. I got another school story that also happened today. I'm in my first period gym class, right? And you'll be asking me, wait, what about that other class? I don't care about reading. I have a rather odd schedule where they have A days and B days, where on A days you have one set of classes, and on B days you have another. So, anyway, I'm in my first period gym class, and out near the drama building, which I have fourth period, these goslings, baby geese, had hatched, and I had known that there was a mother sitting on these eggs for a while, because whenever I had gone out to perform a duet with a friend of mine, an old, like, Abbott and Costello bit, which I highly recommend you watch their old stuff. It's like 1939, it's probably some of my favorite scripts, I love comedy. But, so these goslings have hatched, and these geese are, like, not giving a shit about where they're going. They're thinking that this entire school is their territory. We have a field near tennis courts, right? And, you know, here are these geese that think, that they rule the entire thing. And these geese, with their goslings, are being uber protective, which, of course I'm not surprised. The babies need to be protected. But these geese are so overly protective. Now, we have to walk around a track a few times before we actually get to really do anything in that gym class. So after doing that, I go back and I sit on the bleachers with a couple of my friends, one of which absolutely hates geese, so he was talking about boiling the babies, but, you know, whatever. And so I'm watching these geese, but the problem is they can't be in this gym area while we're in there. We don't want to disturb them. It would be bad. Anyway, a coach and another coach are trying to flock these geese into the drama location, which is by like a little retention pond, and there's a fence that's locked up, and the guy needs to get to the fence. So one coach is acting as a human shield for a kid who has the keys that's going to unlock this fence. And this goose is like, the father goose is hissing like a rattlesnake, and it was just the funniest thing because as the coach is acting as a meat shield, the goose sort of like cranes his neck and charges a little bit, and the coach like runs off because he's scared. And the guy was left there opening the thing with the key still in it, and the goose like pecks him a little bit, and he finally gets away from it. He didn't harm the goose or anything, thank God. But so after finally getting the gate open after like 3 or 4 tries, the geese are getting further and further away from where they need to go into that gate. And they're going to the portable classrooms, which are sort of like trailers, I suppose, that have classes in them. It's not like it's low grade or anything, they actually work very well, but anyway. And so, they're going around and actually going very close to the classrooms that are going on at the moment. So the coaches have to do their best to get these geese into the location with the pond. And so, the coach from earlier, the meat shield that was very unsuccessful at his job, is with the coach that was surveying the act before with the kid. And so one coach is flanking them from one side, and another coach is flanking them from another side. And so they're kind of just slowly moving toward them, herding them into the gate. And this one guy decides that because there is a 35-pound weight to a barbell that had just been left outside from the weight room, he was just gonna throw it on the ground near the geese. Not hit the geese or anything, just throw it on the ground near the geese to maybe startle them a little bit, get the coaches a little angry. But he throws it on the ground near the geese. The geese the mother protects the goslings, and the father charges at the kid with the weight, and this kid just runs away, and the coaches run away, but finally, thankfully, the geese got into the drama location, and were able to sort of protect their goslings in a little nest the mother had made when she was sitting on the eggs. And that will leave you with this beautiful failure of a death with horror that I am very proud of in Scrapyard, one level before Big Dog. I will catch you guys later. Take care.